Welcome to practice. Today's class is blanket. It's always useful, and chair might be useful for helping you to balance when we're standing. And we're going to begin standing. We're going to begin with the eyes closed and tune into how you feel. What are the curves of your spine doing? Do they feel a little compacted from top to bottom? We're going to look at making some more length for the spine, elongating those curves. How do your shoulders feel? Are they tipping forward a little? How do your feet feel connected to the floor? Shift them so they're parallel and hip width. Notice how your legs feel. Your head balanced on your spine. Find your breath. Whatever your posture may be, feel the breath nourishing your body. Good, and then opening your eyes. And we'll keep the hips facing forward, but just start to turn your upper body and swing the arms and shoulders around, and you can follow the direction of your shoulders with your head. Lift them up a little bit higher, your arms. Try to keep the hips facing forward. Follow the direction of the hands with the head. That feels okay. You can feel that big influence of this movement in your upper back. Let it feel nice and relaxed. Don't try too hard, but really enjoying staying connected to your breath. Good, and then we're going to come back to the center. Close your eyes and take notice of your eyes. How does the curve of that middle part of your back feel now? With just that little bit of movement. Good, and then we're going to do the neck, and we're going to tuck the chin into the chest, and then we're going to look for space between the vertebrae. Do that movement into the chest and looking up. Looking for a little bit more space. Good. Head back to comfortable resting. Take the arms out from the shoulders, palms up, and curl your fingers in, and thumbs really reaching back. Try to really feel this movement between your shoulder blades. Looking for length in the neck, middle back. Release your arms. Keep the upper arms really rolled out, arms in. Nice work. We're going to bend the knees and roll the spine forward. Just as far forward as is easeful for your back. So don't let the skin of the back get too tight. You can bend your legs if your hamstrings feel tight. Then look up And try to roll your spine up the other way, a back bend kind of movement. You'll have to use the core of your body to support. Good. So we're looking for length. We're going to do that again. Into the chest. Roll the spine down. Good. Come forward as far as you can keep your back feeling comfortable. And then look up and try and roll your spine up the other way. We keep your legs parallel. Parallel. Beautiful. And we'll do one more of those. Chin into the chest. Rolling vertebra by vertebra. Forward. And then looking forward and lifting your breath. Nice work. Bring the arms out from the shoulders again. Palms up, thumbs back. And see if you can really feel this movement between your shoulder blades. And even the muscle, the connective tissue that lies between the shoulder blades and the back ribs. Feel the spaciousness around your heart. Feel the breath nourishing your whole body. Good. And then keep the upper arms out, palms in. Tadasana. Close your eyes now and feel your spine. That little bit of aware movement, and notice the difference in your spine. Nice work. Okay, I'm going to move my blanket off my mat. We're going to begin with a wide-legged position facing the long edge of the mat. And you can little jump, heavy jump, light jump, or wiggle your feet. Let's take the feet out wider than your leg is long, and we'll do toes in. And we'll put the hands at the hip crease just as a reminder that that's where we're folding the body. And we're going to wave the spine forward. So if you bring the breastbone forward first, and then as you get as far forward as you can, lift the breastbone up. So lead the movement from that bone in front of your heart, waving the spine forward and up. And again, reminding ourselves that we're folding at the hip crease. Good, leading the spinal movement with the breastbone. Nice work. Feeling long curves of the spine. Turn the toes out. Drop your hips a little and really lift through the pelvic floor, internal muscular support, and the belly reaching, pressing back towards the spine. So there's a feeling of lift in the torso, even though the hips are dropping down. Good, let's wave forward again. Can't really help. Bending at the hip crease. So put your hands onto your legs. Actually, let's do this differently. Let's try and wave forward and back with the belly button. And you let the rest of the spine follow. Keep your hips as low as your body is comfortable. Keep the pelvic floor lifting. Good, we're going to do one more. Ah. Enjoy staying connected to your breath. Good. We're going to straighten the legs. Just take a moment. I guess it depends on how much you're bending as to how many of those you can do. All right, we'll bend the legs again. Lift the pelvic floor, the lower front abdomen. Great. And then from side to side. One leg straight, one leg bent. Now, if you want to make that deeper, you can do it by putting your hands down onto the floor underneath your chest. See? And if you can even reach your sit bones towards the heel that you're reaching towards, you can bring your opposite leg up to straight, up onto the heel. So make the movement what feels appropriate for your body this morning. And as we feel the nourishment of the breath in the body, we want to feel that the movement is nourishing also. So take what you need from this. Good. And then back to center. Keep the hips down. Lift the torso up. Lift the arms up. We feel that internal muscular support. Good. And then lifting all the way up, straight leg. Beautiful. And release. Jump or wiggle, whatever it feels good to do to get the feet back under the hip. And we'll find, again, our Tadasana posture. Feel the connection of your feet. Strong lift in the front of the legs. Lift in the front of the body. Feel the length in the curves of the spine. Energized body. Nice work. We're going to come to the front of the mat. Take that Tadasana posture there. We are stepping forward and back on the mat. So hands will be on the floor. And if you have trouble reaching the floor, the seat of the chair can be very useful. So you put the back of the chair at the back, very back of the mat, seat of the chair here, and you make sure it's not going to slide anywhere. Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, your hands onto your support, chair or floor. Good. We're going to take a moment to warm up the hamstring a little bit more. Find that your back is easeful. So maybe you reach the floor and it's just a little bit too much of a stretch, and put your hands up on your knees so that you can find a back bend shape for your spine. So look forward, lift the breastbone. Good. And then from there, straightening one leg and bending. And you might find that you can start to reach the torso further and further forward until your hands comfortably reach the floor. Good. Knees might be quite bent for that action of hands on the floor. And we're going to take little steps and take the heels to the back of the mat. A really long distance from hands to feet. It's quite hard to hold. It's slippery. All right. And then walk your feet forward until you're in a comfortable downward facing dog pose. Adho Mukha Svanasana. All right. Hands out nice. Fingers out nice and wide. Space between the fingers. Press the base of the index fingers. Press the heels down. Lift the inner ankle bones a little, the kneecaps, the quadriceps, the sit bones. Let the head just hang down. Good. And then we're going to take little steps. You could do jumps if you like, whatever feels good to get the feet back towards your hand so that you can roll up. Take your arms up. Feel the length of the spine. And then stepping to the front of your mat, Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, hands either onto the seat of your chair or to the floor. We're going to step the left foot back, only so far that you can keep your heel on the floor, the back heel on the floor. Bend your front leg. So from side to side, the feet are about hip width and parallel, but we're feeling that stretch in the back leg. With the front leg bent, you don't feel the stretch so much, but use that as an opportunity to reach your right ribs further forward, your left ribs further forward, whole torso further forward. Imagine you could lead this posture again with the breastbone. So try to reach the breastbone forward, the shoulder blades back, looking up. Good. Now we're going to work on straightening the front leg. Might not go all the way to straight, but start to look at that feeling of immense resistance in the body and breathe. A calm connection to the nourishing breath. Even in the struggle of meeting the stretch reflex, the resistance in your body, perfectly natural and something to take notice of, something to respect. Nice work. Bend your front leg, and we're going to lift up and step forward at the same time. Try and make a nice smooth movement. Left leg out in front, and you can have your tiptoes on the floor. You can lift your foot up. You can hold your knee, or even hold your foot depending on where you reach to. But standing tall, feeling the curves of the spine. Good. And then releasing that side. Inhale, arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Nice. Look forward so the breastbone is reaching forward. Feel ease in your back. Nice stretch in your leg. Good. Let's take the right leg back. So you want the heel pressing down onto the floor. Straight through the back leg. Bend the front leg so that it's a little easier on your back. Try and reach your left rib forward. Reach your right rib forward. Good, hold torso lengthening. And then try and lead the torso forward with the breastbone. Press the back heel. So reaching the torso forward away from the back leg. Good, back leg presses down. And now begin the straightening of the front leg. Feel the nourishment of the breath. Feel that loving respect and kindness of the body, of your body's resistance. Nicely done. And then we're going to step forward and lift up at the same time so that you're balanced onto your left foot. You might be able to do that in one smooth movement. Good. So right foot's in front and you choose how you're going to hold it there. Toes on the floor, foot off the floor, holding your knee or holding. But feel the curve, the spine. Good. And then releasing that side. Tadasana. Mountain pose. Feel that energetic lengthening of the body. Flow of breath. Inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, Uttanasana. Lead the torso forward with the breath on. Good. We're going to step the left foot back into Trikonasana, triangle pose. So it lines up with your right foot as you step, a nice big step back towards the back of the mat. Your left toes stay facing towards the middle of the mat rather than away. And we've got the center of the back foot, the left foot inner arch, lining up with the right heel. And we're going to lift up into Trikonasana. So push your right hand on your right leg where you're high enough so that you can turn your left hip back. Ooh, turn your left ribs back. Good. And we're going to have straight legs. Straightening through the leg. Good. And take your left arm up. If you had a plumb bob, they're so out of fashion now that we have laser levels. So basically a string in your top hand, your left hand. And you drop the string and a little weight. The line would be through the arms, through the shoulders. Good. Let's see if we can turn the left ribs back a little more. Leading this posture with your heart. Opening the heart to the ceiling. Breathing. Lengthening the spine. Bring your left arm all the way forward to the front of the mat. Turn your back foot to face forward. And then we step forward, lift up and balance. With as much ease and grace as we can muster. Decide how you're going to hold that left leg out in front in the balance. Feeling the curves of the spine lengthen. Good. And then release that side. Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. As you exhale, Uttanasana. Hands onto your support, chair or floor. Big step back with the right foot, and it's for Trikonasana, triangle pose. So stepping back a little, about your leg length distance from your front foot, lining up your heel, center of the right foot, inner arch, right toes turned towards the center of the mat rather than away from the front foot. Place your left hand high enough on your left leg, straighten your legs as you lift your torso. We're going to roll the right hip back. Roll the right rib back. Good. Keep the shoulder blades moving to the back weight so you feel really free in the movement of your neck. Take the right arm up. If you had that old-fashioned plumb bob, just stopping it from the right fingertip, the string would move down the arm, along the collarbone, to the lower arm, to the leg. Open the posture with your heart. Shining the heart upwards. Feel your connection to the floor, through your feet, your strong legs, your long spine, and the nourishment of the breath. Reach your right arm all the way to the front of the mat. Stepping your right foot forward, lifting up at the same time, and balancing on your left foot. Taking a balance hold so that you can balance on your left foot Mm. Good. And then releasing that side. Mm. Tadasana. Shoulder blades down. Let's remind ourselves about our shoulder blades. Arms out from the sides, the shoulders, palms up. Make those little circles where you reach the thumbs to the back part of that range of movement. Feel the shoulder blade strong, keepable. The neck is long. And then releasing Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, Uttanasana. Try and lead this forward bend with the breastbone. So lift the breastbone and reach it forward. Try to get the legs towards straight. Maybe even one at a time works better. Lifting your kneecaps, lifting your quadriceps, your sit bone. Good. And then whatever kind of stepping or jumping to get your feet towards the back of the mat into downward facing dog pose. Pressing the heels down. Fingers wide, even spaces. Press your fingerprints. Base of the index finger. Good. And then we're going to lift up onto the balls of the feet and lift up onto the balls of the hands. Ooh. And then lower down. Heels of the hands down. Heels down. Lift up onto the balls of the feet. Lift up onto the balls of the hands. Ooh. And lowering down. And one more. Up onto the balls of the feet. And up onto the balls of the hands. Whoa. Good. And then lowering down. And we're going to bring the knees gently to the floor and come into a sitting position. Thank you. A simple seated position. And I know that crossed legs are not comfortable for everyone at all times. So whatever you can manage with your legs so that you can find the lengthened curves of your spine. So let's take the whole spine in a circle around the sit bone. You had a pencil on the top of your head, you'd be drawing a circle above you. Feel how the core of the body is working here. The tension that go in the other direction, the tension that the muscle requires to do its pulling action, shift around the core. We make that circular move. Good. And then finding your center again. Great. Now we're going to balance onto the tailbone. So lean back a little. Bring your feet out in front and just off the mat. If you need to put them on the mat, you can. And we're going to hold the front of the knee. And feel the curves of the spine. And again, we still want to keep a really healthy feeling in the back, like we are lifting the spine as if we were just sitting comfortably. Good. And you might notice the core of the body, some muscular action there to keep your back feeling really easeful. Great. Now we can make this stronger. The more we lean back with the torso, the stronger it gets. So don't go to where it would hurt your backs. You really want to be able to use the core of the body. Also keep your shoulders and neck and throat relaxed. Okay, and you can let go with your hands if you like. Even lift the feet up higher. Feel that nice lift of the pelvic floor, the work in the abdomen, the sides of your waist. Curves of the spine long. And enjoy it. And then release. Take your simple seat again. Your legs. I've crossed my legs the other way. And this time with the spine, wave the spine forward and back. Now we're going to try and find our furthest forward movement. And when you find that, put your hand wherever it makes sense to support that shape. So find your forward movement. Focus on your breathing. On lengthening the curves of your spine. Relaxing the belly. Bedding the bones of the spine forward into the front of the torso. Lead your torso forward with your heart, your breastbone. Good. And then rolling up. Now we're going to swap the cross of the legs. If your legs are out straight, just roll up and bend your knees a little, give them a little massage. While cross-legged people cross their legs. And then we're going to wave the spine forward and back. Lead with the heart. So the focus is on the breastbone, even when you're going backward. You'd find your most forward position that your body allows, and put your hands where they support that, so behind your hips, your legs in front of you, and then find your breath, the nourishing breath. Keep leading the torso forward or longer with the breastbone, space around the heart. Good. And then coming up. We're going to lay down. Hug the knees in. And we're going to put the left heel on the right knee. Now, if you've got more movement in that range, you can bring the left leg into a half loaded position. So that means the heel slides down the front of the thigh, closer to the front of the right hip. And then we bring the legs in towards the chest as much as your movement allows. The right knee towards the right shoulder, but the left knee away from the left shoulder. Good. If you feel okay to straighten the right leg, then do that as well. Now, we've probably got the lower back pressed into the floor. Try lifting your lower back away from the floor. It'll really activate the stretch more in your hips, your legs. Fine. You're a nourishing breath. Pada Padma Paschimottanasana. I'm looking at my ability to remember that one. Okay, the right foot goes on your left knee. Bring your right foot, if you can, closer to the front of the left. Left knee towards your left shoulder, right knee away from your right shoulder. If it feels okay, you can try straightening your leg. We're going to lift the lower back away from the floor. Finding the nourishing breath. Good. And then releasing. We'll bring the soles of the feet down, a hip width parallel. Take your arms overhead. Lift your hips and try to press your lower back into the floor. Then lift your lower back and keep going bone by bone. Through the vertebra, right up to the top of your shoulder blade, and then bone by bone down. Good. And then again. Take your arms straight out from your shoulders. Touch the inside edges of your feet together, knees together. We're going to take the hips right, knees left. Look over your right. And then use your core awareness to lift the legs. So lift the hips, swing them left, and knees go right. We'll do one more on each side. And you can do that with your feet on the floor or without your feet on the floor. And back to center. Hugging your knees into your chest. Such a beautiful position for the body. Feeling the curves of your spine, supportive, long. And people who like to stay for Shavasana can put your legs out straight. If you need to finish your practice here, namaste. Roll carefully to your right side. Come up to sitting. People staying for relaxation, just make sure you're going to be warm enough. And you're trying to find symmetry as much as you can for your body. Length for your lower back. And looking for ways of letting go of tension. Find the replenishment in each inhalation. The letting go in each exhalation. And as each place in the body is mentioned, bring your focus to that part of the body, bringing the replenishment of the breath and the letting go what is no longer necessary. So, soles of the feet, arches of the feet, tops of the feet, ankle, lower leg, knee, thigh, hip, buttocks, and your sacrum, pelvic floor, belly, lower back, sides of the waist, back waist, shoulder blade, shoulders, rib cage, collarbone, armpits, upper arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, arm, fingers, thumb, back of your neck, throat, base of your skull, scalp, forehead, around your eyebrow, around your eye, and nose, and mouth. Lip, tongue, and jaw. Whole body, replenish, letting go. Feel the weight and substance of your body, and wiggle your hands and your feet, your arms and your legs, feeling yourself moving out of stillness. Rolling to your right side, and when you're ready, coming up and coming feet. Whatever way it's comfortable to lift the curves. Bring your hands in front of your heart. And take the feeling of the process with you. Namaste.